the government needs to respond accordingly and reform drug laws. And by that, I mean that they need to legalise at least cannabis. I would personally suggest legalising most drugs, but I think that way the drugs are a lot safer. You can tax them. It doesn't encourage more people to take drugs. It just means that the people that have already made that decision that they are going to take drugs, is that they're safer. They're doing that across the world, in Lisbon, in Washington, in California. It makes crime nosedive because the gangs have got nothing to deal anymore and no way of making money.
So let me picture the scene. You go to a festival and there would be a drugs kiosk.
Well, I think what's actually happening at festivals already at the moment is that there's a really great company called We Are Loop, and they actually test your drugs there. So you hand a bit of your drug in, and they sort of look through it, and they're like, oh, actually, you've got rat poison in here, which is what's in a lot of drugs. And people don't take the drugs anymore. I think it's 1 in 5 people just sort of like leave their drugs with this company because they just don't want to take them anymore, which is so much more effective than your mum or any teacher saying, no, don't take drugs, because in reality, like, that doesn't happen, and we know that doesn't happen. And what happened at this festival is that they didn't have that company there where people test their drugs, because they took the idea that, they just think, oh no, they just turn a blind eye to it. And it's exactly what the government are doing as well.
Well, it's an absolute tragedy for this lady and her family. My view is there could be some social good if more people are alerted to the dangers of drugs. And I have really come to a different conclusion from Sophie, is I'd actually want to see tougher laws on the public policy side of it.
But it doesn't work. We know it doesn't work, and this girl's evidence of that, and so is any other person that's died before.
Well, I don't think the death of one person can be seen.
Well, it's not just one person, though, is it? There's a significant amount of people that die because of drug overdoses and because what's in the drugs are really bad. Whereas if you talk people about it, if you legalise it, they'd become safer and you'd get fewer deaths. And we're seeing that in countries where they have legalised drugs.
Well, I disagree completely.